I have everything I need to finish my project car. Dang, nothing happened. This actually represents a completed project car really well. There's 6 different topics that we need to discuss about completing your own project car. Budget, skill, time, rarity, purpose, use, and space. I'm going to dedicate a video to each one of these because they all really tie into each other. Today we're going to talk about budget. Now it's the #1 thing I see people blow on their cars just like that. You got an extra 10 grand floating around that you're going to go get yourself a project car. I watch so many people, and I've done it myself, take that 10 grand and go buy a $10,000 car. Doesn't leave a whole lot of room for a project when you have no more money to do it. It's a thing. We've all been there. We've all made that mistake. You got $10,000 budget, half it to $5,000 or less to get your car for a project. Now let's be 100% realistic about that. Ooh, it's dirty. Need the bath. Let's take the Camaro for example here. To build this car would be about $45,000 as she sits right now. Now she got a couple upgrades like 4-wheel disc brakes. That's mainly for safety. Under the hood, carbureted 327. That was floating around with some spare parts. It's what was used to put it together because other projects have been done before. If it's your first project, you're not going to have those things laying around. To buy a first-gen Camaro is kind of out of the question for a $10,000 budget. You need a much higher one for that. Even though they're super common, you get everything you want for them and do everything to these, and they're great cars, except they're so popular, they're so expensive. Just like a 71 Challenger, Mach 1 Mustangs, your import person, the 240s can be kind of pricey. The Nissan Skyline, you know, all the fun cars that cost more are so sought after, they cost so much more, so throw those out the window for a $10,000 budget. Something like a Fox Body Mustang though, gives you a lot of options there, and there's parts everywhere. For 10 grand, you can spend easily $5 to get a car, and so at $5,000 to do everything to this car. You can do heads, cams, intake manifold, throw some suspension on it, tint the windows, throw a clutch in it wherever you need to repair it, and still have some budget left over for other things, and have a good 300 plus horsepower car that you can go do some good donuts in, lay some rubber down in the street, go to a local car show, whatever, or just have a really fun second car to drive. Another cost people don't really consider is tools. It's a big cost. If you're doing metal fab work, you need a welder, you need specialized hammers, specialty tools or consumables. These are all things that continue to compound to the cost. But let's take something even more simple. You want to do some custom AN lines for your fuel lines for your, say, project race car. You're doing a nice dragster Mustang. And you get the fuel lines, you get the fittings, and you realize, oh, wait a minute, I need a vise to hold the fitting so I can push the hose into. And I need the special jaws for the vise so I don't mar up the fittings. And I need AM wrenches now so I can take them on and off. You know, so these are all costs that I know I didn't consider when I was looking into other projects that I want to help you with. The other thing too is stop listening to other people, what they say. Oh, it's $1,200 to do an LS swap into anything. No, not even close. Let's take my first-gen Camaro, for example. To put an LS motor into that, yeah, I can get, $1,000, maybe $800 for an LS engine with a wiring harness, transmission, cracked computer for me to put in there. Sure, great. If I manage to pick one up for $800, I am winning. Chance of that slim, usually $1,000 to $1,200. What else do I need to really make that work? Well, first off, it's not going to bolt right in. Need motor mounts. That's an additional cost. Oh, the brackets for the power steering and the alternator need to be custom made or purchased from someone to move them in because they don't fit between the subframe rails. Additional cost. Need a drive shaft. Has to be custom made to fit the distance for that. Oh, I now have a fuel injected motor, not a carburetor. I need to get a fuel pump, fuel filter, fuel line, just to make the engine run. See how this is piling up real quick, and there's also more skills you need to acquire to make all that work to put it in there. And if you have the time, you can save some budget by fabricating those if you have the skill and the tools. See how I'm tying it all together now? It's starting to make sense? Be sure to subscribe so you catch the next few videos where we tie the rest of everything else together and it makes more sense. But that's just some food for thought for when you go in to get your next vehicle, your next project vehicle, whether it be your first car, or be your last car you're gonna do, whatever. But thanks for watching, guys, gals. It's 2021, I guess everything in between nowadays. Till next time, peace.